Hi, friends. I hope you're all healthy and well. Finally, I'm recording you a gentle yoga asana class. We'll start on our backs. So, if you can make your way onto your back in a way that's kind for you. So, you might find your way there using your arms. However, you get on your back, just come onto your back. Feeling the support of the floor beneath your body. And placing a hand on the belly and a hand on the heart. Begin to notice your breath. Notice how the breath is flowing. Feeling the belly on the inhale. The belly relaxing and releasing on the exhale. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let go. Noticing the places where your body is connected with the floor. Notice how you're feeling and how you're feeling about how you're feeling. Directing kindness, acceptance, and compassion towards yourself. The mind, witnessing the breath as it flows into the belly, belly rises, exhale, belly relaxes and releases. Drawing your awareness within, directing kindness and compassion towards yourself. And with your next inhale, draw your left knee in towards you. A left knee hug. Lengthen your right leg out if that's available to you. If that makes this more challenging, then keep the right foot on the floor with your knee bent. Drawing this left leg towards you, continue to witness the breath as it gently flows into the belly. The breath and the posture massaging all of the internal organs. Exhaling, releasing, and letting go. Then drawing that left leg towards the sky. Take a hold behind the back of the left leg and draw it in towards the body. And again, if you wish, you can lengthen the right leg, pressing out through the heel, the toes pointing up towards the ceiling, or keep the knee bent. You can massage the back of the hamstring if that feels good to you. And now holding the back of the leg, with your inhalation, draw your toes towards your nose, flexing the foot. And then with your exhale, point the toes to the sky. Inhale, Toes towards your nose. Exhale, point the toes to the sky. Inhale towards you. Exhale, point the toes to the sky. And continue to make this movement, connecting the breath with the movement. This is how we begin to release some of the stress we're carrying by linking the breath and the movement. One more time. And bring the foot to stillness. And notice how that feels in the foot. Feel the energy in the foot. And then begin to bend the left knee and place for window stretch. So your ankle bone is placed along the right thigh, just below the knee. Press your left thigh away. You can use your hand if you wish, or simply engage the large muscles in the left leg so that the hips are as square as possible. And stay right here if this is enough for you. Mind witnesses the breath as it flows deeply into the belly, initiating the relaxation response of the parasympathetic nervous system. And if it's available to you, while continuing to witness a long, deep breath and keeping the back of the body relaxed on the floor, you can reach around with the right arm and through with the left arm to take hold of the back of the right leg, drawing that right leg in towards you, drawing both legs in towards the torso. Sending the breath to any places where you feel tension. One more cycle of breath here. And then release the right foot to the floor. Lengthen the left leg to the sky. Press out through the heel. This will help to engage the core. Then take your hands around the navel center, your thumbs together, your first two fingers together in a downward shaped triangle. Draw your navel in to engage your core and slowly lower the left leg to the floor using the muscles of the core. If this causes you pain, please don't do that thing. And slide the left foot back up to meet the right. And notice the difference between right side and left. Notice how it feels in your body. Then lengthen the right leg up and draw it in towards your chest. You can keep the left foot on the floor or you can lengthen the leg out. Whatever is most kind to your body. Remembering that first principle of yoga, that first yama, which is ahimsa, meaning do no harm, be kind. Deep, full breaths into the belly. One more cycle of breath here. And lengthen the right leg up towards the sky. Take hold behind the back of the right leg. Draw that right leg in towards you, lengthening through the back of the right leg. You can massage the hamstring if you wish. And taking hold the back of the right leg. With your inhalation, bring the toes towards the nose, flex the foot. Exhale, point the toes to the sky. Inhale towards you. Exhale, point the toes to the sky. One more time. And bring the foot to stillness. Notice how it feels. And bend the right knee now in place for window stretch. Press the right thigh away this time, squaring the hips as much as possible. Stay right here if this is enough for you. This is enough. Deep, full breaths. Belly rises on the inhale. Exhale. Letting go. And if it's available to you, you can reach through the legs with the right arm, around the legs with the left arm. Take hold of the back of the left leg this time and draw the legs towards the torso. If the mind begins to stray into thinking, please don't make it wrong. That's what the mind does. It's kind, with kindness, bring your awareness back to the breath and to what we're doing, to your body. Feeling the belly on the inhale, exhaling, releasing, letting go. We'll take one more cycle of breath here. Release the left foot towards the floor and the right leg towards the sky. Press out through the heel and draw your navel in slightly to engage the core. Bring your hands into that diamond shape, thumbs together and first two fingers around the navel, and slowly lower the right leg with control to the floor. If this hurts and you're still doing it, it'd be good to ask yourself why. Do not do the things if they hurt. Discomfort is, of course, different from pain, and it's important to learn the difference. And take the arms up now into a cactus position. Feel your shoulder blades, your arms in connection with the floor. Your feet are hip width apart. Lift your butt and your hips an inch or two to the left. And then stacking the legs, take the legs to the right. Gaze to the left. Deep, full belly breath. Keeping the left shoulder down. And feel this spiral in the spine from the base of the spine all the way up into the base of the skull. When we're twisting like this, all of the internal organs have a chance to release a little what they no longer need to be carrying. It's like squeezing out a sponge, gently squeezing out a sponge. One more cycle of breath here. And the deeper we breathe, the deeper we'll cleanse. Inhale, slowly come back to center. Bring your ankles, hips, shoulders into alignment again. Notice how this feels in the body. And then lift the hips this time and the butt to the right so that the spine keeps as much natural curve as possible as we take the knees to the left. And look out over the right arm, keeping the shoulder blades in contact with the floor. Breathe deeply down the body with every inhale. Exhaling, release, let go. Creating spaciousness with every breath. Spaciousness and relaxation and presence. One more cycle of breath here. Inhale, bring the knees back to center. Lift your hips back in alignment with your shoulders and ankles. Notice how it feels, how the body feels, how it's connected with the floor, and how the breath is moving. And then walk your feet to the side of the mat so that your toes spill off the edge of the mat for windshield wiper pose. Exhaling the knees to the left. Inhale them back to center. Exhale right. Inhale center. Exhale left. Inhale center. Exhale right, and continue this at your own pace. And maybe you would like to stay here for a few breaths, listening to your body for what feels good to you at this time. And with your inhalation, bring your knees back to center. And we're going to make our way up into a table position. So you can either bring your knees in and cross your ankles, bring your hands behind your legs, rock forward and back on the spine until you make your way to sitting. Or if that's not available, if that hurts, we don't do that thing. And if we're doing things that hurt, that's an opportunity to find out why. Why are we doing that? So otherwise, you'd roll onto your side and onto my tingshes. Roll onto your side and use your arms for support to come up into a table position. So in table position, the wrists are under the shoulders, the knees are under the hips, and we spread the fingers wide. Ideally, the index fingers or the middle fingers are in line with the side of the mat, and the wrist crease is in line with the top of the mat. And with the breath, we'll be waving the spine. The exhale, take the spine to the sky and the chin towards the chest, pressing into the floor. Inhale, belly to the earth, heart peels forward, looking up between the eyebrows, whether the eyes are open or closed. Exhaling, spine to the sky, chin to the chest, press. Inhale, belly to the earth, heart forward, gaze up between the eyebrows. We want to feel this movement in every vertebrae if possible, from the tailbone all the way up. So with the inhale, the pelvis tips forward. And with the exhale, the pelvis tucks, the tailbone tucks under. And take one more wave of the spine. And come back to center. Rooting into the right hand. Take the left arm up, lengthen. Exhale, thread the left arm under. Inhale, press back up again. Lengthen through the left side chest and out through the arms. Spread the fingers wide because they're connected with our heart. Release down. One more time, reach up. And exhale, thread under. Now this time, stay here, resting on the left side of the head, the side of the arm, the shoulder. And if your body doesn't make it there, don't crank it into the shape. Make a little pillow with the right arm instead. Deep, full belly breaths. Breathing into the places where you feel the stretch. And if it's available to you, you can bend the left arm at the elbow and take the left arm in contact with the right shoulder. This changes the stretch and brings it into the tricep, usually for most people. If the mind has begun to stray, with kindness, come back to the breath. Bring the mind's focus back to the breath. One more cycle of breath here. Release the left arm. Place the right arm and press back up to table. Take a moment to pause and notice how this feels in your body. Make any movements that feel good to you. And now press into the left hand, fingers spread wide, lengthen the right arm up, stretch. Exhale, thread under. Inhale, back up. Spread the fingers wide. Exhale, thread under. Inhale, reach up. Exhale this time. Place and rest. You can lengthen this left arm out. Sometimes that helps release the wrist and feels good. Right arm bends at the elbow. If you wish, taking contact with the left shoulder. Inhale, release the right arm. Place the left hand. Press back up to table. Notice how that feels. And take child's pose. Bring the knees wide, big toes together. Release the arms out, extended child's pose. And maybe your forehead rests on the floor. And maybe it doesn't. If it doesn't, make a little pillow with your arms. Rest your forehead. Deep, full belly breath. Spanning the back body with every inhalation. Exhale. Letting go. Inhale, come back to table position. And now take your left leg back. Lengthen the left leg back, press out through the heel. And you can pulse forward and back if you like. Pressing through the heel every time you exhale. Inhaling, the hips come forward. Bring the hips to center now. And with your inhale, take the left leg across the right. Lengthen through the left side body. And then look back over your right shoulder at your foot. Deep, full belly breath. And with your inhale, look forward. Take the leg back and bring it back to meet the right knee on the floor. Notice how that feels. And slide the right leg back now. Press out through the heel. Pulsing forward and back with the breath. Inhaling, the hips come forward. Exhale, press back through the heel. Bring the hips to center. Then lengthen the right leg across the left. Lengthen through the right side body. Look over the left shoulder back at the foot. Deep, full belly breaths. And inhale. Look back center. Release the leg. Right leg comes up to meet the left. You can move your hips a little from side to side here. Take child's pose as an option here as we're going to move into downward facing dog. If it's not available to you, then you'll take child's pose. So spreading the fingers wide again, the index or middle finger in line with the side of the mat, wrist crease in line with the top of the mat. Tuck your toes, take your socks off as much as you're willing. Take your socks off if you're willing. You'll enjoy this a lot more. And then bring your weight towards your index finger and thumb. So pressing the knuckle, like the pad of the index finger, into the floor. And notice how that roots your shoulders on your back body. You might even notice your pinky finger can lift up a little bit. With your exhalation, press in to the inner edge of the hand, your hips towards the sky. Then you may wish to keep the knees bent. Maybe you want to walk the legs out. And now walking the hands to the back of the mat to stand in standing forward fold. So bending your knees a lot so your torso can rest on your thighs. Take hold of opposite elbow. Release the head and neck and hang out here. A few deep, full breaths. Release the hands and like a rag doll, begin to root through the feet and stack the vertebrae one upon the other, with your head being the last part of your body to come to standing. Standing the feet hip width apart now, we'll prepare for tree posture. So gazing forward somewhere that ideally isn't moving, root your feet down. Send roots way down. Lift your toes, then spread the toes, place them back down, creating an even firmer foundation. Then take your weight now into your right leg, lifting up through the arch, up through the patella, the kneecap, and the thigh, and then draw your navel in for core support. Roll your shoulders back and down, and then fully bring your weight into your right foot. Kickstand with your left foot. So your left leg is opening to the left hips open to the left, right hips open to the right. So open through the front of the body. Same with the shoulders, open through the front of the body, and stay right here. If this is enough for you, this is enough. More than enough to witness yourself here in this position with deep, full inhalations and exhalations. If it's available to you, you can take the foot and rest it on the long leg, either below the knee, keeping the hips open, or above the knee. Pressing the foot into the leg into the foot, hands to heart center, wherever you are. And further, if it's available, you can bring your arms up like the branches of the most resilient tree that you are. Root down and lengthen at the same time. Spread your fingers wide and breathe. One more cycle of breath here. And gather it up. Place it in the heart center. And turn your knee forward and lift it slightly if you wish. This makes it really obvious that lifting through the arch and lifting through the leg to keep this, have this leg come up. And then release it back down. Shake it out. Do whatever feels good to your body. Notice how that feels. And then the feet again, hip width apart. Root down. Shift your weight into your left foot. Spread your toes. Release them back down. Firmer foundation. Draw up on the arch, the kneecap, the thigh. Draw your navel in. Roll your shoulders and relax them. Open and kickstand with the right leg this time. Hips open, shoulders open and relax. Stay right here if it's enough for you. You can take the sole of the right foot and place it on the long left leg, either below the knee or above it. Remaining right here, or you can take your arms up, reaching up into the sky, keeping the shoulders relaxed as your fingers spread, and reach up, rooting down. Deep full breath. Inhale, gather it up, place it in the heart center. Turn the knee forward. Maybe you step down for a moment. Maybe you don't do this at all. It doesn't matter. It's not a competition. You can take the knee up if you like. And just notice how, in order to balance here, the arch needs to be lifting up through the kneecap, the thigh, drawing the navel in, relax the shoulders. Exhale, release that, shake it out. And then let's come a little from side to side. So taking the opposite ankle off the floor as you swing from side to side with the breath. Then learn to allow the swing to slow down and come back to hip width apart. We'll take one more posture here in standing. We'll do breath of joy before we make our way to the floor to prepare for deep relaxation. Breath of joy looks like this. We take 3 short sips of inhale. And then we bend our knees so we don't throw our back out, root our feet, and exhale. Ha. 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 And then stand and notice that energy move. So this is that opportunity again to access the feeling center and bring however we're feeling up and out through the throat. So in remembrance of those days at the ranch when the opportunity was there to speak in I statements and to recognize and check in over and over again with how we're feeling and to speak it with personal responsibility. And then we're going to make our way to the floor so you can get here however you wish, coming onto the floor and onto our backs. So again, come back onto the floor in a way that's kind to your body. So you may choose to just use your hands to make your way down. If you want to use your core, then place the feet on the floor flat as possible. Engage your core and then slowly rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae to the floor. And remember, if this hurts or you know it's going to hurt you tomorrow, we don't do that thing. Releasing the body to the floor, move your hips a little from side to side, feel the back body and its connection with the floor. And notice any shifts or changes, any differences in how it feels to be back on the floor now than it was when we started the class. Notice if you feel more connected. So have your legs a comfortable distance apart so your ankles can flop right out, and the arms a comfortable distance apart so the palms can be face up, or if you prefer, you can have a hand on the belly and a hand on the heart, whatever feels best to you. We'll be going through the body, relaxing each part, starting with the toes. So I'm going to sit up so that I don't fall asleep. And you're going to stay there for this deep relaxation. Bringing your mind's awareness into your feet and relax them. Relax the toes, the bottoms of the feet, the tops of the feet. Relax the ankles, the lower legs, the knees, and the thighs. Relax the buttocks and pelvis. Relax the hips. Take the mind's awareness to the abdominal muscles and relax them. Relax all of the internal organs. Take the mind's awareness into the ribs and relax them. Relax the lower ribs, the side ribs. Relax the entire rib cage. Relax the chest, the heart, and the lungs. Take the mind's awareness to the back of the body and relax it. Relax the backs of the legs, the backs of the knees. And again, relax the buttocks, the pelvis, and the hips. Take the mind's awareness to the lower back and relax it. Moving up the spine, relax the mid back, the upper back, and the shoulder blades. Relax the space between the shoulder blades. Soften through the back of the heart. Take the mind's awareness into the hands. Relax the fingers, the palms, the backs of the hands. Relax the wrists and forearms, the elbows, and the upper arms. Relax the shoulders, neck, and throat. Relax the chin and jaw, the tongue, and the mouth. Relax the lips and teeth. Relax the nose, the eyes, and the ears. Relax the cheekbones and the forehead. Relax the space between the eyebrows. And bring the mind's awareness to the temples and relax them. Relax the sides of the head, the back of the head, and the top of the head. The entire body completely relaxed. Begin to notice the breath, how it flows in and out on its own. Become a silent, grateful witness to the breath. Become aware of the mind. If you notice any thoughts, allow them to pass by without becoming involved. Become a silent, compassionate witness to the mind. Be aware of the peace within. This peace is your true self, the witness of body, breath, and mind. Your true nature is peace. Take a few moments now to feel this peace and to enjoy it. Bring the mind's awareness gently back to the breath and observe its gentle flow. Feel the entire body supported by the floor beneath you. Begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Make circles with the wrists and ankles. First in one direction and then in the other. You can take the arms up overhead if you like. Stretching the body long. Essentially do anything now that feels good to you to complete the practice. You might wish to draw your knees in towards you. Give yourself a 2-knee hug. Rocking a little from side to side on the low back. Massaging the low back. And then turning to one side in fetal position. Resting here a moment to reflect on all the ways that you're showing up for yourself at this time. And then using your hands for support, make your way back up to a seated position. Feeling your sits bones and their connection with the floor, with the ground. Relax your shoulders, lengthen the spine. And we'll offer one Om and gratitude for the medicine of these teachings of yoga. Take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, thank you. Namaste.